I was sitting there looking at this chart and thinking, oh my gosh, how are we not like freaking out about this? Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And it feels great to be back from the holiday. And man, I posted this. Look what my in laws got me for Christmas. These are some New Era 5950 fitted XRP hats. So they are custom made. You can get them custom made. I'll ask them where they got them done at. I'm pretty sure you can get it done anywhere, like in a mall. But I thought they were pretty sweet. And so I'll put one on here in the next few days and show them off for you guys. And I am really excited to get back into these XRP price charts and the XRP news for today. And so let's not waste any time. Let's jump right on into it. Right here on the screen, we've got the Ripple XRP price chart, and we are just doing the exact same thing we were doing before we went on holiday. And that's kind of what we expected, right? We expected there would be low volume and that there would be lack of liquidity during that time. Now, sometimes when you have that low liquidity, it can create a big price swings because the price can easily be moved without any buy orders or any trading taking place during that time. Fortunately, we didn't see any of that. Price just kind of hung out. It gave us an opportunity to spend time with our families and to not worry about it. And I thought that was awesome. Now, yesterday I wanted to start creating a video, but then I decided not to because it was Christmas, but I was all excited and I was sitting there looking at this chart and thinking, oh my gosh, how are we not like freaking out about this, because it's so incredible, right? I mean, we look at this structure right here at the end and we can see that it's the same structure that goes on right there. That's nothing new. We've talked about that many times, but still we have to say, okay, but is it really actually still doing this? And in my opinion, I think it could be. And we look back at the 2014 bear market and we see that we pulled down a little bit over 95%. We come on into the 2018 2019 bear market, same thing, a little bit over 95%, right at the same exact level. So it's hard for me to not be really, really bullish and really, really excited. Now, I know that sounds crazy. People say, hey, how can you be bullish when the price is down? Yeah, right, you're crazy. But, that's when a smart investor does become bullish. They become extremely bullish during the time when the price is suppressed and deep down in a bear market. That's when you turn bullish. You turn bearish after the price has gone way up. It's not the opposite. You don't turn bearish when the price is way down. You turn bullish when the price is way down. You turn bearish when the price is way up, because you need to be selling and making profits. But when the price is way down, you need to be a buyer. And that's what I am, a huge buyer right now. I'm buying every day and multiple times throughout the day. As I've mentioned in some of my previous videos, I like to do smaller buys, and I just do lots of them because I'm not going to sit here and time the bottom perfectly. I'm accumulating and I'm going to do it at different price levels whenever like I emotionally am just like, I can't believe the price is here, I'm buying it. That's when I buy. Now, there's a different emotion, right? There's the people who see big green candles on charts and they emotionally fear missing out, the fear of missing out, FOMO. And they chase these green candles after they've already gone up 100, 200, 300, 400% because they fear that this thing's going to keep going and they've been left behind. That's not when I FOMO. I FOMO when the price is massively suppressed, and especially in a situation like this. So I'm really, really excited to be a buyer of XRP right now. Now, one thing I've talked about in my previous videos is the Wall Street cheat sheet and the psychology of a market cycle and where this came from. This came from the 1999 dot-com bubble in the United States stock market. And we can see it right here. This is the same thing. That is what this is drawn from. Now, what happens is once it starts doing its suckers rally, it really sells off and comes right back into this range right here. And right here, we've got an Adam and an Eve breakout. So we have the peak right here of the Adam and the Eve, and this is the bottom of the Eve. And we come down right here into the middle of this Eve right here. Let's look at the altcoin market cap. Where are we? We are right here in the middle of this Eve on this Adam and Eve. That is quite interesting to me. Now, there's something even bigger I want to show you on this altcoin market cap chart, and this is kind of the big one. If you had to look at this chart and you had to say, where was the big start of the bull run for cryptocurrency, especially right here in this altcoin market cap chart, where was the very beginning of the altcoin bull run? And I think it started right there. We can look at it. You can say, hey, yeah, actually it started right there. Yes, maybe it did, or maybe it started right there. But really, it didn't start gaining any really momentum of grinding until right here. We came up, broke down. This was an up, breakdown. But then right here, we never had the big breakdowns again. This is when we really started to just grind our way up. So it looks more like that, right? It is actually going up instead of like this where it really kind of breaks down again. Right here is where it starts going. Okay, fair enough. So where did this happen in the cycle? So let's measure out time. Let's go look at the top of the 2013 bull market and measure all the way to right there. We're going to look right here at this little dip down right there. That's 707 days of being in this bear market before it started going. Now, when it got there, did it look like it was the super bullish thing of the world? No. It looked like it was probably still going to be coming back down here if you were looking at this chart. Nobody could predict that. Okay. And then when we look at this on a non-log scale chart, okay. Nobody could predict that. But okay. So this is where the bull market began, right here at 707 days into the cycle. Where do you think we are in here? Now, we just talked about the Wall Street cheat sheet. Talked about the location of the pull down before it started ripping and roaring. We've shown that, hey, we're here in the middle of this Eve. How deep into it from a time perspective do you think we are in this market cycle? Well, here we go. There's the top, 715, 716 days. Now, here's the thing, too. I've got this lined up, so it's happening right here at this final drop and sell-off right there, which would be this one right here. So what happens if we line time up exactly with that right there? 709, 710 days. What do you guys think? I mean, right over here, we see XRP finishing off this final bit right here. This final bit right here. We see the pull down in market price, 95%. We see that time matches for the bottom. And as we've also discussed several times, that Bitcoin has pulled back into the region of interest that we've been looking for around the 70% retrace zone, which also lines up with where the bear market broke down in 2018. So this is where it really just fell apart. And you can see we've come almost just right down to it. Now, I don't know if it's going to actually come down and really get down into the 6,300s. One would think it's totally possible, but boy, we are right here in this region as well. And we see that we are also in this price zone right here for just the whole market. So I thought that was interesting. It got me really excited. I mean, I was already super excited. And then I saw this morning. Like last night, I was getting ready to make a video, but I was like, look, it's Christmas. You need to chill out. You can't do that. And then I woke up this morning, getting my voice ready, drinking my coffee. And then I noticed this and I was just like, oh, come on, man. Really? We can add that on top of it too. And lastly, we'll just hit a little bit of news to finish this video off. Now, guys, let me warn you of something here. And you probably have figured this out in your life, but let me just remind you, right, that news comes out when it's supposed to come out. As in, news is designed to incite an emotion in you as an investor, whether that's fear or that's greed. Greed will, after a big green candle comes out, usually a bunch of really positive news stories will follow that to incite you to buy the big green candle. That happens all the time, and if you really pay close attention to when a news article comes out and what price action has already done, the emotion is always to get you to FOMO after a green candle, and it's always to strike fear in you after red, after big down moves. And right now we have a big news story that is whatever, it is what it is, but we've got to talk about it. And it's that Craig Wright, the self-proclaimed Satoshi Nakamoto, is apparently going to be gaining access to his 1 million Bitcoins on January 1st of 2020. Like I've already shown you through the charts on this video, is that the market is showing we are near the bottom, but we're going to get this big dramatic event that is supposed to occur where the apparent Satoshi Nakamoto is going to gain access to all of the Bitcoins. And this article incites fear. I mean, we can see that just in the very first paragraph. Next week, Craig Wright is set to receive the keys for more than 1 million Bitcoins. The crypto community is becoming impatient to see whether the self-proclaimed Satoshi Nakamoto will deliver on its promise. Worth more than $8 billion at press time, the unlocked Bitcoins could tank the entire crypto market. So we've got a fearful article for a big fearful situation for Bitcoin occurring while we're 700 plus days into the bear market, and we are showing that it's time to turn things around. So we're shaking people out with news stories right now, and it's hard to know what's going on with Craig Wright. I can't make any assumptions about him. I don't really know very much, but I do know that, hey, this is one of the risks of Bitcoin. And, there's a lot of tribalism between Bitcoin and XRP, and it feels more that, Bitcoin holders have a tendency to really trash talk and hate on XRP holders. And I'm not sure why that is so much. I'm not going to dive into what that's all about. But the thing is, that's just very obvious, is there's a huge risk with Bitcoin. We don't know who owns all the keys to all of these Bitcoins, over 1 million of them, which is a large percentage of them. And then also, we don't know who all the miners are. We can presume that it's mostly China who's doing it because they have the cheapest electricity costs, so they can most profitably mine Bitcoins. But that's a big risk, right? So every day, Bitcoins are being sold on the market by the miners. And where are the miners centrally located? Most of them are located in China. They have access to most of them. And then we've got the secret Satoshi Nakamoto with over 1 million Bitcoins, who you just have to trust is not going to destroy the Bitcoin market, right? Now, I'm not saying this will or will not affect the Ripple XRP market. What if it helps it, right? What if people say, wait a minute, no, Bitcoin's wrong. Why are we chasing this huge risk with this guy who had them? And Ripple is an obvious responsible company who's managing the distribution of XRPs, and that makes sense. Why were we chasing this mysterious guy? I don't know what will happen, right? I don't think that's really the scenario that will occur. I don't think anything is going to come from this Craig Wright situation on January 1st of 2020. I think we're going to just start grinding up. Like if you watch my previous videos with my price predictions, I really think it's just going to grind up, and this is going to be a non-event. I think this is more so just designed to shake people out and create fear while the price is massively suppressed. Scare people to make them scared to buy when the price is low. When the price is really high, create FOMO, create excitement, and draw the buyers in so you can dump your bags, right? That's how these news cycles work. They are not designed to really provide you, the retail investor, with an educated opinion in order to make educated, smart purchases. That is not what the news is for. I'm sorry. The news is designed to mislead you. It is paid for. It is designed to make it so that you make the wrong decision. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick with this particular news article, that it's quite interesting timing for Satoshi Nakamoto and I don't know Craig Wright, I'm not making an assumption, but I'm making the way he is portrayed in the media is as this villain, right? That's how they portray him. And this villain that is portrayed in the media is going to gain access to 1 million Bitcoins very soon, right? And that's happening right here at the bottom of this big, huge pullback. I think it's quite interesting. Once again, guys, you can follow me over here on Twitter at BCBacker, and that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. As always, this is not investment advice, and I am not a financial advisor, but if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.